Chapter 36 Ghost Talk by Jiang. Early in the morning, the madman from beneath the earth started shouting again. Esteemed Nobel Prize Committee members, distinguished guests, journalists, my deepest thanks for awarding me this year's Nobel Prize. Thank you. In both history and art, anything too far ahead of its time has always been hanged. The world of poetry is no stranger to such premature heroes. What suffocates breath is the sky-wide haze. Amid thunder and lightning, beside the sunken ship, after the storm, flowers of freedom bloom in the clear sky. I received this honor because you had the courage to break outdated conventions and boldly reform. Starting this year, it has been announced that the Nobel Prize shall be awarded only to those who are already dead. This way, human manipulation is minimized. Before death, all are equal. Finding an ideal reader is like searching for a soulmate in the vast ocean of humanity. Great writers need great readers. Without great readers, there can be no great works. Without a reader as great as Su Shi, Tao Yuanming could never have become a great poet. Cherish every encounter, but not every encounter is beautiful. Only when we meet the right person at the right time do we find joy and happiness. Meeting the right person at the wrong time brings only a sigh. Meeting the wrong person at the right time brings only regret. Many authors of world classics only gained fame decades or even centuries after their deaths. This follows the general law of art. Time is the final judge. Time washes away everything that should go and leaves only what should remain. History has no fixed programming. New codes bring different kinds of brilliance. The cuckoo still cries blood at midnight, refusing to believe the spring wind cannot return. To understand is not deeper despair. My desires are not a crime. My winning this prize also owes to another of your reforms. The Nobel Prize will now only be awarded to works never published in official media. This reform is truly excellent. Everything from formal magazines and publishers has passed through layer upon layer of mediocre editors. The selected works are all cast from the same mold, like beer churned out on an industrial assembly line. Truly genius works are blocked by their very first filter. They only publish what they personally like, even their friends' work. Power has become the chair beneath their buttocks. Only those close to them may take turns sitting. And even among the close, they bring different chairs depending on one's status. I know right now you're all staring wide-eyed, angry, deluded, jealous, suspicious, confused, like a moon missing its light. Every nerve of yours trembles in the wind. You, the eloquent elites, who seem to hold truth in your hands, are in fact nothing but reeds swaying in the breeze. For my manuscript, an unknown little author's work, you probably didn't even glance before tossing it into the wastebasket. I truly must thank your mediocrity. Mediocrity is the pass for the mediocre. Genius is the guiding light for the gifted. Genius is a monster the average person cannot recognize. I must also deeply thank my university classmates, many of whom sit in those editorial offices. I once privately sent them my work, hoping to sneak through a narrow gate. Fortunately, they ignored our schoolmate bond and treated me with cold indifference. Otherwise, had my work been published, where would I be today? No one fails to judge by appearance, by benefit, by convenience. Classmates, more often than not, are a wall blocking your path, not the oar and sail pushing your boat forward. The wind howls, the Yi River is cold, yet the lone traveler is not the final tragic figure. In solitude, one can hear the sublime music of heaven. In that music, one can glimpse the light of truth. There are many such moments. Your heart pounds, your soul trembles, yet the world knows nothing. You cross mountains and rivers, yet heaven and earth remain silent. In the end, life is a war fought alone. I must also thank my alma mater. In college, I hated sitting obediently in class, listening to old professors drone on with their zi, hu, zi, ye, how utterly dull. I only loved reading random, odd books. As a result, I failed several exams and was expelled. Rules, shackles, and chains against human nature, cold and merciless, they are enough to serve as the last supper before 1,000 deaths. I also thank my college girlfriend. The moment I was expelled, she left me for another top student and fled overseas. Love is in fact the most unreliable dessert, beautiful in appearance, but requiring countless additives to stay fresh. I was devastated, utterly broken. So I jumped from a building. Life isn't precious. Love is meaningless. Both are flimsy, lighter than a sheet of paper. Only after arriving underground did I truly grasp the truth of society and life. Only then did I compose countless soul-piercing poems. To carefully preserve things, one must also have a way to properly destroy them. Otherwise, the world would drown in piles of antiquities. Humanity would suffocate under unbearable accumulation. White is constantly smeared black. Black is desperate to bleach itself white. When falsehood becomes truth, truth becomes falsehood. When truth acts as falsehood, falsehood becomes truth. A child who isn't wearing pants points at the emperor's new clothes and claims they have patches. Had I remained alive on earth, I could never have grasped these truths of life and society. Awakening has only just begun. Thank you. Thank you. I must also thank you, my fellow denizens of the underworld. Who knows which one of you regularly chats on WeChat with your son at the Swedish Academy, sending him my poems one after another. On one hand, I thank high technology. It has flattened the earth, allowing my talent to ride electromagnetic waves, spread its wings, and fly freely across the sky to wherever it desires. On the other hand, I thank the ghost for being nobler and purer than humans, selfless, with keen insight. You have no prejudice, no earthly restrictions, no envy of talent, no ignorance, no arrogance, born of stupidity. Thank you. Thank you. In the human world, genius is suffering and loneliness. Superior intellect and vision are not things most people like. Finally, I must thank my parents. From childhood, you pushed me to become a dragon, forced me into this training class, that cram school, and ironically, that forged my rebellious nature. I secretly read odd books, played basketball, climbed hills, and ended up ranking first in the entire city's college entrance exam. Thank you. Thank you. In my brief life, there are so many people and things I must be grateful for. Though I am dead, my spirit lives on. Once a person awakens, no force can stop them, even underground. I will press forward, stumbling through deeper tunnels in search of truth. Material progress is nothing to envy unless it advances thought. A grave, being underground, actually sees life more deeply and clearly than those standing above, because it looks upward from below, and from death it sees life. The sociologist sighed. Is this a ghost speaking human words or a human speaking ghost talk?